long as it wasn't a malware.
Oh.
What do they call it? Wardrobe malfunction. We're okay.
Well, I'm not going to actually go on stage because that's very good to see a wardrobe
You want
malfunction.
anything? Some coffee?
So anyway, good morning, everyone.
No?
It's great to see you.
She's gonna go out. She's gonna go anyway.
And this is moment. May Frank turn me on, please. Good morning, everyone. My name is Karen Johnson, and I think we can turn that volume down just a little. There's someone back there. Thank you for the feedback. I'll knock you guys out of your seats. I am actually from Palm Desert, California, occasionally. I'm traveling the last 2 years, 80%. The last 3 months, I decided to back down to about 50%. And the reason that Gary and Alan and I are out road warriors, trying to say that 5 times fast, is that there is a very unique window that exists right now that may never come again in your lifetime. Those of you that are new in this business don't realize that it hasn't always been like this. I've been on board with NUE now over a 20-year period, and I came in at the back end of that very first momentum wave when NUE went from 50 to 500 million in 24 months, and millionaires, generational millionaires were created in that window. Well, I came in at the back of it. And the 18 months that I missed between when Nathan and Russ and Richard Call came in has cost me about $41 million. So it doesn't matter necessarily how good you are. It doesn't matter how hard you work. It matters about being catched away. Are you there at the right place at the right time? And I don't know what you did right in this life or your last life if you believe in that, but you are here at a critical juncture in this company's history. And what you can accomplish in a matter of days and weeks took us months and years to accomplish during pioneering. And so without further ado, I'm going to tell you a little bit about this story, and I'm going to gloss over this. Normally in this presentation, I go into a lot more detail than whoever's doing the segment goes into a lot more detail, but you're going to hear it from the best. You're going to hear it from senior scientist Scott Ferguson, who's here from corporate today. What you ought to understand is that what this represents is a game-changing move in the fastest-growing industry in America and on the planet today. Entrepreneur Magazine listed anti-aging as the fastest-growing industry. So understand that for everyone here in this room, one of two things is true. You will either be a consumer pulling money out of your pocket and your bank account and spending it into this marketplace, or you will design or come up with a business plan, a business idea that will allow you to carve some of that redirected spending of anti-aging goes to upwards of $500 billion into your own bank account. And that's what we're putting in your laps today. It's a turnkey franchise model business with all the question marks already answered. All the heavy lifting is done by the company. We've got mentorship and coaching, the likes of which I'll put up against any company, regardless of distribution method on the planet today. And a company that stands behind their mission in a way that no other company does. And so what you're going to hear today is the fact that we have totally eliminated competition in the anti-aging marketplace. Because until now, NUE and every other company in anti-aging was dealing with the signs of aging. We were trying to undo the damage that time and sun and other environmental and personal choice abuses had created in our bodies. But what we have now done in tandem research with Purdue University School of Dermatology and Stanford School of Dermatology and our genetic partner LifeGen will change the industry forever. And no one can offer the solutions that we do that literally get to the source of aging. I want you to imagine you drive up into your driveway and there's water gushing out the front door. Would you go in the garage, get a mop and start out on the sidewalk and start mopping up the water, or would you run into the house and turn the faucet off, or turn the water off altogether? The answer is obvious, but now you're the only one that can turn it off in the biggest market on the planet. Now, what these represent, and again, Scott's going to go over this, is the fact that your company has mapped the 372 specific genes, and they function in clusters, kind of in concerts, if you will, that control and regulate aging. This is us when we're 25. This is us at my age, okay, between 45 and 75. regulate those youth gene clusters. And I'm going to just give you a real broad stroke here. The genes that control the destructive processes in the body, for example, the genes that control the production of collagen and elastin, let's talk about I'm reversing. The genes that create melanin, that we normally look at as tan, but when you get to my age, you go out there in the sun, you get a sunspot in about 20 minutes. Because those melanocytes are producing lots of melanin at my age. Well, we can downregulate those. And we can upregulate the genes that produce the collagen and the elastin, which are the structural proteins in your skin that give it its structure and snapback ability. And that's all we're going to go into right now. But understand, only your company can do this. We have no competition. How big do you think the market's going to be for that? Especially when you get these kinds of results. And these are not just anonymous people. We all know these people, see them every month. This is our dear friend, Kimberly Anthony, who is the funniest, what they call her the mouse of the South. She's the funniest woman from Dallas, Texas. And then I start talking to her, I get my southern accent back. But anyway, this is after using the galvanic for 2 years. You should have seen this picture, right? Look at what happens when she added transformations, which is the daily skincare regimen that integrates this ability to reset the genes. Look at this difference. This is a 60-plus-year-old woman that in a matter of 90 days anti-aged about 15 years. How about this gal? You think she's not the happiest person on earth? No needles, no surgery, no pain. Pennies on the dollar. You can obtain a galvanic spot for the price of 1 unit of Botox, and you own it. The average galvanic treatment in a high-end med spa or a plastic surgeon's or dermatologist's office is $150 to $400. We do it for $7.50 with age-lock technology. We will dominate the entire industry. This is our dear friend Christy Downing. This is not daughter and mother. This is the same woman 9 to 6 weeks after using transformation. And you see, any product you put on the skin immediately following galvanic treatment is 70% more absorbable. So we're getting our foot in the door with the Mary Kay girls, which I happen to have been one from 1980 to 1985. I was privileged to be with Mary Kay, and I honor her every time I have the ability to. Learned a lot of the principles and reference points of this industry, literally sitting at her knee before she passed on in Fort Worth, Texas. And it is true today, as it ever was, that when you have a visual and emotional product that is consumable, and you add exclusivity to that equation, that is the formula that is creating the millionaires and the 100 millionaires. I'm just talking to people who made hundreds of millions of dollars in this industry. Now, again, Scott Schwartz, my favorite person on the planet, is going to tell you about this company in great detail. But what I want to share with you is my personal experience with this company. I've been with the company over 20 years, and I can tell you that they honor their intention. They have never let us down. There have been product initiatives that didn't have the teeth, that didn't have the legs, that the story does now. We've had a lot of swings and misses, but they never stopped innovating. They never stopped plowing back resources into research and development. We have an R&D engine that is unprecedented globally. There is no other company, regardless of distribution channel, meaning high-end department store brands, private label, quote, professional brands you can only get through doctors, or over-the-counter. There is no other company in the United States or in the world today that has 100 full-time PhD-level scientists on payroll. 3 R&D facilities with between 30 and 50 million in instrumentation in each. And we collaborate with over 150 different universities around the world, including Harvard Medical and Stanford and Scripps and Johns Hopkins and Tufts and around the world. Your company will continue to remain on the cutting edge. So you will know that the people that you're introducing to this business 6 months from today, or 6 years from today, or 60 years from today, because when your time on this planet is done, this is generational legacy income we're creating. And you will be able to leave that legacy on the planet to whomever you choose, your kids if they deserve it, or not, and or nourishing children, and or any of the other Force for Good campaigns. We've done 1,000 projects around the world because you have that ability. Now, you're later also going to hear